chats. This is today. All these chats from today. So that's shortfake.com/chat. We also are on Reddit. There's a Reddit. If you go to Reddit, have you been to Reddit, Peter?
Yeah, briefly.
Let me log into Reddit now.
Couldn't figure it out, and I can't spread myself too thin. I'm too busy.
Okay, so there's a fakeologist Reddit, and it's not active at all. I just put it up there because, well, a lot of people like Reddit. It's just another forum that I don't have to run. But there's another funny one called Fakeologist Quotes. This isn't mine. And he takes all the funniest quotes. Most of them are mine. And his name is Crackle Deman. Now, it's probably somebody we know. It has to be. Right? And he puts quotes out of context that I say. And some of them are kind of funny out of context. So I'm just giving you different places to go if you don't have enough fakeologists all of the time. We're all over the place. So this is Reddit. Reddit is a company that I don't understand. It's worth billions of dollars, and it's just a forums from the old days, Peter. Can you believe that? All they are is forums, like the fakeologistforums.com. That's all it is.
Right.
And they sell ads. It's worth billions of dollars. Billions with a B. How is that possible? It's a forum. Can you see that?
Yeah, you've mentioned it, I think, in the past. It is hard to believe, but
it's impossible to believe. Why isn't the Fakeologist forums worth billions of dollars? It should be. It's way better. This is just full of crap.
Yeah, at least you got good music.
Yeah, that's true. Why? Yeah. Okay, so there's that. So there's the Chatsy, shortfake.com/chat. So that's this thing here. And Peter, if you're looking on the, we have another chat on the screen right now. And if you want to answer anyone in there, you can. Well, the show's going on. Suzette, Suzette, you're funny. Do I have my own Discord server? She's asking, do I have my own Discord server? Suzette, I just said our Discord is going on right now for 2 days.
Yeah. No, I can't read the other chat. It's too small.
Yeah. So Suzette, shortfake.com/Discord. Join. It's free.
You'll never escape once you're there. Those guys never stop.
Yeah. Jinda Lee says they love the show. I'm just going to call you a they because I don't know if you're male or female. So I'm going to use androgynous they. They love the show. Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate that. And Till says, I thought it was 5 minutes. What was 5 minutes? 9/11? 9/11 talk? Diane says it's good to catch a live. And okay, Suzette Ann, read my lips, shortfake.com/Discord.
Hello, Tommy.
Tommy Rogers, hello. I am getting raw milk from from Brad the farmer. Thank you. It is good. Thank you very much. I don't know if it's improving my health. Do I sound any smarter? I don't think so. Loaded question. Okay. I think we answered all the questions. I got nothing else. There's also comments at the Fakeologist blog.
Okay.
And people usually just leave me a comment saying I forgot to leave the link for the audio. Okay. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. My update is that the Criminal Bible is on lulu.com now.
Mm-hmm. Is that your broadcast? Your book?
Yeah. Both volumes.
What's the link? What's the link? Give us the link. Give us the hot link.
Oh, jeez.
What? How are you going to ever sell it if you don't have the link? It should be right at the tip of your... It should be right at the tip.
People are so... please,
What?
Are people so challenged they can't remember a title and type it into?
Are you kidding? I just gave the Discord 5 times.
I know. That's Suzette is special.
Okay. Well, let me type it in the show notes because I already forgot. What's it called?
The Criminal Bible.
Okay, let me find it myself.
I don't even know my own phone number. What do you want?
Lulu the
Lulu.com.
Criminal. Yeah, no, I don't have to type that.
Yeah, the Criminal Bible.
I use Share. I use Brave browser, and it has a built-in search that's supposed to be anonymous. Mm-hmm.
It's called Brave because we're afraid to use the other ones.
Hey, I'm not afraid. I don't like doing what everyone else does. Is it the criminal history of Christianity?
No, I don't.
That's
think
Karl-Heinz Deschner.
Don't think that's mine. No.
Okay, so that's not yours. See, this is why you need a link. Not even coming up on the search.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
No.
The Bible comes up.
You need to go into lulu.com. That's pretty short and easy to do.
I got to verify my age. You kidding me? Born in 1933. Fine. You want my age? There you go. Suck it. Okay, the Criminal Bible. Yeah. I'm on Lulu. I'm doing what you tell me.
There you go.
Oh, nice. Peter the Dudnik.
Close enough. You almost got it.
That's the Queen. Nice.
Yeah.
1 2 1 2. Okay.
Because it's not a Hebrew.
$144.
That's for the color hardcover. I know, it's crazy. Look, check out the black and white.
Okay.
And that was Canadian. That's Canadian dollars are worthless. Anyway.
Oh, 45 paperback.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one do you want me to link? I should link the $144 one.
No, that would just scare people off. Yeah, obviously. But
do you make how much do you make on the 144?
Only 13.
You only make $13?
They take everything out, but I make anyway, it's much better on the black and white.
Can they buy it directly off you if they send you some Satoshis?
I don't have a printing press, so no.
No. Okay. Okay. Well, there you go. There it is. Okay. Do you want to talk it up before we do, or do you want to do 9/11?
No. Yeah, I'll do 9/11.
Okay. Do you want to share something?
Do you want to start?
Yeah, let's start. The show's half over already. Let's go.
Don't look at me.
It's my fault. Yeah, I know.
All right.
It's all my fault. I get it.
So
I get it.
September. It's actually timely because I have discussed the September 11th day in my previous 2 lectures, and specifically putting it in the context of other September 11 events, starting with the 1973 9/11 in Chile, when Pinochet overthrew Allende, I guess.
Yeah.
That's the first one. And I'm going to look closely at the pattern here with you. The second one is the one that's the most famous one in 2001. The third one was in 2023. That was the destruction of the 2 dams in Libya that caused a massive death toll downstream, as towns weren't just flooded, they were actually, partially washed away into the Mediterranean, I guess. It was a special kind of flood. And I want to propose that a 4th 9/11 is planned. So, are you still with me?
Yeah, I'm bringing up this page, September 11th on Wikipedia. Have you ever seen this page?
No, I'm looking at my notes right now.
Well, no, because this is a big day.
Yeah.
In history. So if you can type in any day of the year in Wikipedia, and it'll show you whatever happened.
Mhm.
So it does have what you just said.
Right.
There was a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff going on that day.
Yeah, but maybe these three I just mentioned are the three big
Okay.
events marking 9/11. And let's look at the first one.
In 2007, Russia tested the largest conventional weapon ever, the father of all bombs. You heard of that?
No, but that's relevant. Yeah, they.
Yeah.
Um,
It's not just any bomb. It's an aviation thermobaric bomb of increased power, an ATBIP, an ATBIP.
might be real or not. We don't know. But
I'll go with not.
yeah, 1973 is a special number too. It adds to 20. That double cross year. The number 20. You
Yeah.
recall? Yeah.
Yes, that's a Les Luthor thing.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm glad he made me aware of that number. It's now one of the top 5 in my mind for occult numbers.
Yeah, and it's a British thing, the double cross.
Yeah, the Union Jack.
Mhm.
Now, the World Trade Center stood 1,368 feet tall, which
Okay.
is which
Can you share your notes or no?
is 18. Yeah, I can do that.
Well, it's just easier to follow. We can stare at it.
Yeah, one moment.
Thank you. Thank you kindly. Suzette Ann, if you join the Discord server, the only thing you have to do is you have to voice verify. Just so we know it's you. Oh, yeah, Wild Times is in there, Suzette Ann. Just talk to him. He's gonna voice he probably already did verify you. Wow. Good for you. Suzette Ann. You're on the ball.
So
Thank you,
there's
Wild Times.
here are the numbers 1,368, which is adds to 18, code for 666. The first World Trade Center tower, well, actually, both of them are 110 stories, so you have the number 11 there again. And what is
You know, that
17?
number almost came up with the Fauci thing, eh? You know, the Fauci Fifth
Oh yeah.
Amendment. You know how many times he said it?
So no, like how many?
111.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Don't tell me that's a coincidence. Come on. It's all stagecraft.
Yeah, I think so too.
Come on.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah.
Why wouldn't
They have
it's
so much
just
time for the theater.
so stupid.
But now the number 11 is especially important for me. I think I'm adding a new dimension to this number because it's not just a Masonic number. The Masons do use their 2 pillars, so you have twin pillars. But in previous broadcasts, previous shows, maybe half a year ago, when I spoke about ancient Greece and human sacrifice and the twin pillars, 2 pillars being used like electrodes, a anode and a cathode.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Like a battery.
yeah, and I've done more work recently with the Bible showing that there is a weather modification technology subtext. It's just mind-boggling what's in there. And so now the 11 again is associated with that subtext, and it is electromagnetic weapons. So it's still electricity, and that number 11 continues to be relevant. To go to
Sorry, at the very top it says September 11th is also 7 equals 1/8.
Sorry, the word September comes from the Latin or Greek word
Septus, yeah.
for 7. So you can turn the 9 into a 7 and have your
Oh
8.
yeah. I got it. Because 1/8, but 1/8 is Chi, right? Isn't that a Hebrew or a Jewish thing or
I
something?
think one of your other favorites talks about that.
Miles Mathis, he's big on that. That's right.
Right. Now there's also symmetry. They love their symmetry. So the middle, I'm proposing that there will be a fourth 9/11 in the year 2030. I'll get into that number later. That means the middle two 9/11s that I think are the important ones are the Twin Tower destruction and the Twin Dam destruction. So you have the symmetry there in the middle, right? The double building and the double dam.
Mm-hmm.
Now the first one, 1973, was the destruction of the government mint. It's called the moneda, means money basically, moneda. And I thought, how could that connect to the fourth one? Because I believe the fourth one will be a global, worldwide electro, do weapon, whatever, microwave apocalypse for us all. And it turns out
you believe in do weapons.
Something of that sort, at least electric weapons, that maybe they're using the grid. Like that's very possible that they can just pump extra voltage through the grid and they can control where it goes. That's very easy. They can turn off one person's power and not another's. And that might be enough to incinerate your house. But needless to say, the moneda, that word moneda, is very similar to Italian and Spanish words for world, mondo, mundo, moneda. So
okay. I hope you're wrong about the electricity.
I'm afraid not. So I'm dreaming about sleeping in a place that has no wires, no metal, just
sounds like a lean-to.
Yeah, well, we can build something nice, a nice Adobe thing. But yeah, it could be serious stuff. I think that's very possible from my research. I don't like predicting, but that's where my research led me.
Okay.
The number 2030 itself doesn't have much special meaning.
No.
But I've had to, I've not had to, I've linked it to the foundation of the United States, 1776. And if that is considered the beginning of the world we live in, if like I did a Bible decoding, and the United States can be Babylon in Revelation. It's the world of merchants and business in Revelation is Babylon, and that's the world we occupy right now. And so if we treat 1776 as a starting date, then 2030 becomes the 254th year. And that is another 11, 25 plus 4.
Okay.
The number 1776 is a bit disappointing. It doesn't add up to anything special.
Mm-hmm.
But as myself have agreed, at least with and confirmed the proposal of someone named Fomenko. What was his first name? Russian decoder of historical books and artifacts.
Yeah, Fomenko. He's the one that said the history timeline's wrong.
Yeah, and he's approximately 1,000 years were inserted.
Yeah,
I'm convinced that that's correct. Not quite the same way. I think the as I call them, the WCC began in the year 1000. What we call the year 1000 was really the year 0 for them. And so if we subtract the 1 from 1776, then we have 776, which adds to 20, which is, as you say, connected to the British. The British, as many suspect, wasn't kicked out, didn't leave the US with the...
They still run it. City of London.
Right. So this confirms that too, this way of counting and getting that number 20 out of 776.
Yeah.
So that's where we are, and
I like it.
What else? I was going to review a bit of Judy Wood's work, since he's the only one proposing electromagnetic weapons were used, or do weapons.
You know what I think of her.
Many people do, yeah, and I don't know her work so well. So, but this decoding and these patterns suggest that, yeah, it might have been electromagnetic weapons, maybe not a laser beam from outer space, but something electromagnetic. And what's happening presently to towns and in the US and elsewhere, which strongly suggests microwave or electricity of some sort is being used to incinerate homes. So this is, if they could do that with homes, they could probably do it with the Twin Towers.
Yeah. Well, I don't buy that at all. So that's a hard no for me.
Yeah, well, you have to find evidence for it, I understand. Right now, all I have is numbers and occult number games, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
I understand. So that's what I have for 9/11 and 2030.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's a good 9/11 update.
Yeah, probably shouldn't. I don't need to continue sharing this.
Was that more stuff for today's show, or that was?
Yeah, more stuff for today. Absolutely. That's every show gets.
You do a lot of show notes.
I do. Yeah, during right after the show and during the week.
Mm-hmm.
So last week we discussed diet briefly, and I just wanted to add one extra note.
Okay.
As psychologists, we should rely primarily, as much as possible, on sensory evidence, not on pictures and books and videos. Although it can be fun to prove that they are fake, but yeah, we don't want to rely on them as true blindly. But anyway, sensory evidence is the best currency of evidence. And I believe the same thing applies to diet. We can quote books and studies all we want, but the last word on diet is your own body. How does it respond? And that's why I recommend people just experiment and see what works for you. That's what I've done.
Yeah.
That's why I think my approach is different from people who go and quote experts on these subjects.
Yeah, well, my health is pretty good, so I eat most everything. So I just don't overeat and try and do just the things that don't poison my body. Basically, I just went to a friend's funeral yesterday. That was gross. No good.
Gross. That's a strong word to use.
Well, he just had the cancer treatment that just wiped him out after a year. It just turned him into a skeleton.
Oh no, chemo.
Yeah, well, I think it was chemo. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's no good. And pretty sure he had the clot shot. But I kind of predicted this 5-year window. I guess other people said the same thing. There'd be a 5-year window from when people took it and when people started to get wiped out just from cancer and then the treatment. That's sort of how it goes. You poison yourself, and then you have to deal with it some way, somehow. And the medical industry only has 3 real treatments / burn and poison.
Right.
So it's a sad thing.
It is, and it reminds me of what I just said about books.
Yeah.
I had a friend of a friend in Toronto. She had many books, very, very cultured woman, nothing about health. And when she was diagnosed with cancer, she went straight ahead to chemo. Say, geez, lady, you really haven't read the important stuff, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't read the good books.
No, she was reading a lot of literature, fiction.
By the way, I think your channel is paired right now.
Yeah, I did a number on
Oh,
it.
good work.
Yeah, while you were hogging the airwaves.
That's funny.
So, a little. I'm gonna share a little skyline in Toronto, or just sky in Toronto, from Tommy. Where I was a bit surprised by this one. I've watched a lot of this stuff in the past. Let me share.
Okay.
Oops. I thought the contrails or chemtrails usually come out of or near from the engines on the wings, the turbines. But in this capture, they're coming from the what are they called? The tail fin, the back.
Okay.
And
Tommy's the chemtrailer.
he's been on the ball for a while.
Okay.
Let's see where the close-up starts. There it is.
Shit. Yep, nothing to see here. It's all good.
So a lot of dissipated trails there too.
Yeah, I see
What a
one or
mess.
two.
It's gonna get another close-up,
You know?
I think.
Come on, man. Really? Are people that blind?
Blind to what, Tommy? I like Tommy, but
Well, there you go. So it's coming out of the tail.
well, it's coming out of the ends of the two. It's coming off. It looks like the two side stabilizer tail fins there. Yeah, it's definitely clear. But what is the plane? You can identify all the planes in the sky
Yeah.
at any time. I do it all the time, so you should have looked up the plane. That would have been more interesting.
Shouldn't the contrails be coming out of the engines?
Well, I think anything that can condense the air molecules, the moisture molecules, yeah, that would make more sense to me. The heat, but yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's very interesting, but I need more information on what's the proposed mechanism? How's it being emitted? Is it coming out is there some kind of jet hooked up to some big chemical tank? That doesn't make sense.
Well, why not? It's just
I
like
want to see it.
Well, I think there are images of that. I've seen stuff on the internet, but of course we can always question what you see on the internet. But there might be motives for spraying stuff, even if it's just. No, I should not say just, but those. I forgot the list that Jim Lee usually posts, the lists of aluminum, etc. These metals that might make a lot of microwave weapons more effective, even communication more effective.
Yeah, I don't buy that either. I do not buy that.
No, well,
If that's what he says, I don't buy that.
I'm not sure who said that, but these are all possibilities.
Yeah, but it doesn't make any sense to me. It's everything is possible, but that just defies logic to me, based on the minimal basic knowledge I know about cell phone towers. Tommy
Yeah.
Rogers said that was a drone.
Oh, okay.
How do you know it was a drone?
Quite large.
Pretty big drone, yeah.
But yeah, anything's possible. What else?
Jay Wynn says they haven't got any in central New Jersey lately. They're giving you some time off. Well, here's the 9/11 search on X. I don't usually go on X too much, but not a heck of a lot. Not a heck of a lot being put on here. A lot of spam.
Right.
We're back going against the Muslims again, so that's an easy one.
Oops. Oh, we
Laura
got
Lumar, who definitely looks like a man or a clown, says inside mosques they're stockpiling military grade rifles, grenades, knives, and explosives.
okay.
Okay, right. Why don't you go in a mosque and check that out? So that's nonsense. Lots of Japanese and other things that have the words 9/11.
Yeah. Apparently, Lady Gaga's partner has started a business that focuses on improving skin quality using, let me read here. It's AI-powered biotech venture that uses living human skin tissue to help discover better skincare ingredients. Oh, blah. But that's not Gaga. That's disgusting.
Yeah, lady. I didn't know she had a partner.
Probably. Isn't she a man too? I don't know.
Yeah, I think a castrato of some sort, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely
Okay.
likes to dress up.
Yes.
Been kind of out of it in the media lately, unless I'm not paying attention to her. I didn't know she's making any kind of music.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
here's more blaming the Muslims. Islam, okay.
I got a share for you.
Okay. How much did 9/11 cost our country? 3.3 trillion. I don't know where they get that number.
3.3. Nice.
Yeah. Okay, what do you got here?
This is from Jim Lee's website.
Okay.
He did a special on China's weather mod program. And
Okay. What's China trying to do, does he say?
I'm not sure, but he's going to talk about the size of this program, the size of the infrastructure, perhaps is the word.
Like this little animation. If anybody's ever watched 7 Years in Tibet, they'll recognize the flags and the Himalayas. But we got a great little graphic right here, which shows you how it works, and I'll let it start over. One, we got the monsoon. The winds blow up the mountains. The mountains carry the plume aloft. It hits the rain clouds and supposedly puts snow on top of the mountains. That snow melts and ends up in rainwater running down, and that's orographic cloud seeding. So
yeah, the government's stated purpose is to ensure that, yeah, for agriculture primarily.
Okay.
So there you go. Some images on that. And this is where they plan on cloud seeding, and that's what's in the original graphic. So that's number one. Some of the articles associated with this are pretty freaking nuts. If you look on each of these, I've kind of changed up my format now, so you'll see references number 1 through 4. If you click on that, it'll scroll you down to the references section, and you can see China needs more water, so it's building a rain-making network 3 times the size of Spain.
Yeah, because we talked last week about, can they do this on a scale more than local scale? And
yeah, that's interesting.
this is huge, and of course, China does everything huge.
What's the link to this? Is this his blog?
Yeah, climateviewer.com.
Okay.
And yeah, he's quite the academic scholar.
I like him, but he won't come on the show.
Yeah, for whatever reason. So
that's why I want him on, because I wanted to get his view, because it's kind of confusing to me.
Yeah, sometimes he doesn't want to go, I think, as far as possible with the conspiracy, let's say, or the the bad intentions, and he wants to find what's the word? Other explanations for what's happening. So I haven't seen him produce anything that suggests China might be using their weather modification technology to engineer the floods that are happening constantly for the last 2.5 months and more. June, July. Yeah. It's
So
almost
where on his webpage do I click to get to that video? Is that on his YouTube channel, I guess, or?
You go to his archive and then use the search bar. Just put in China. I think there's an archive page.
Okay. Yeah, he's had quite a few interviews. Okay.
Yes, and
Nothing.
he's been trying to push or promote a piece of legislation that he wrote to control weather modification programs. And that feels to me very naive, as expecting the political class to do anything. But anyway, seems like he has good intentions. Although
Okay.
I'm suspect of anyone who's interested in appealing to the political class.
Mm-hmm. Well, who else would you appeal to, though?
Yeah, well, that's an interesting question. In my last lecture, I suggested that the only thing to do is to tear the system down. Sorry, people, but if you don't, it will continue being used against you, and it's going to get worse. Start over.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Well, I don't want to get too apocalyptic right now. I do enough of that.
Yeah, be more positive.
Well, yeah, it's a bit of a paradox, because I do believe that we can do much better. So it's not really negative, but it's going to take some pain to get through, to get there, to start over. A lot of people are, not just the food crisis that could bring pain, and the weapons that could bring pain, but it's giving up on your culture and all your beliefs and starting over, realizing you were wrong, that kind of pain.
I was looking at the archives. I didn't see that particular video because I'm only asking because I want to make a link to it. So just send me the link to it in the private chat so I can put it in.
Yeah, I can do that later.
You want to keep playing it?
No, I'm gonna share a different one. Something from the Asian lady, the brush junkie, she calls herself. She interviewed some time ago. This is not a recent interview. A whistleblower named.
Doug says famine and food and water shortages are coming. Yeah, okay. Who told you that, Alex Jones?
No, that's not fair. I don't think he's interested. Well, maybe he is selling, of course, vitamins and stuff, and food too. That's true. So
No, but who's saying that? We've heard that from the Ice Age farmer. I think we debunked him a little bit. You don't like him?
yeah, but then I said I'd changed my mind, because.
Well, now you like him.
Well, the situation it's a bit more serious this year than it was 6 years ago. Yeah. I'm understating. It's not. It's a lot more serious now. Just to review what's going on in terms of weather, we got flooding, like insane flooding in China, Korea, Japan this month, Philippines, France earlier, Chile this month, Ohio just a few days ago, Italy just a few days ago, Thailand just a couple of days ago, Morocco apparently I didn't see. We have drought, massive drought in the US. Wheat harvest down 21%. There must be a drought here in Mexico. I haven't confirmed that, but I'm experiencing it. I haven't confirmed it online. I just spoke to a son of a farmer this morning, and he says it feels like the end of the world for him. He's never seen a 2-month dry spell in the middle of our monsoon season. The Netherlands and Britain, 2 wet, super wet countries, are having droughts. It's unprecedented. India had a broken monsoon season. Hungary now has a drought. What else do we have? I'm trying to decode my own writing. Floods, fires. Yeah, well, Canada, Spain, France, Belgium right now a little bit. We got some earthquakes. The Russian exporting infrastructure was destroyed, apparently because of Ukraine. But for whatever reason, it's not functioning. 90% of the wheat grain that went through the Black Sea is not going now. So that, for the Arab countries, that's a death knell. That's it. Hail fell today or yesterday in the UAE and Saudi Arabia. This is weather mod on steroids.
I can't. Okay, are you changing your screen?
No, did I do it
Because
already?
I'm looking at the YouTube video, whistleblower Eric Hecker.
Right, that's the one. Okay, and I'm at the. Let me double check the starting point. I should start at. I don't know. There it is, 14-minute mark. That's where I am. I'm ready to go. Well, a little bit early.
But do you know anything about things that could cause this type of damage?
I know that so far, everything that I've seen for the damage in Hawaii is able to be explained by a technology that was proposed, at the very least, a couple of decades before the event.
Yes.
I don't believe in coincidences. So
yeah,
I believe what I've been trying to tell everybody is that we have to appreciate that these devices have been manufactured and they are in possession of people. And the only thing that could go wrong would be the limit of our imagination of how evil these people could be.
Yeah, right. I agree. So you did mention the technology from a couple of decades ago, and I wanted to share real quick. It might be hard to see on your screen. This is a patent, actually. Okay, and this is for microwave transmission using a laser-generated plasma beam as a waveguide. So what they do is they use a high-energy pulse laser to ionize the air that it travels through, which makes it conductive. And conductive materials, even ionized air, are reflective to microwaves. So if they arrange these lasers in a ring configuration, they can contain the microwaves inside of the plasma beam as if it were like an air duct, and they can channel the microwaves to the target. So now what I do believe, I want to show you some pictures from Lahaina. This is a church in Lahaina that at first glance appears to have been sliced down the center, but when you look closely, you can see that there was an electrical line running down the center of the ceiling, and it appears that some sort of energy propagated through the line, which the power was off, by the way. Some sort of energy seems to have propagated through the line and only burned in proximity to where the electrical line was. So here's another view of the ceiling where it was burned, and then here is the crossbeam that fell down, but it stopped burning after it fell. And then here's a close-up of where the electrical line was still hanging from the ceiling, and you can clearly see that it really only burned within an inch or two proximity of the electrical line. And to me, that seems to be indicative of microwaves, and I just wanted to see what your opinion was on that.
It makes me think of the survey teams, right? So all of that wiring, like you said, was a place of problem. Well, all of that wiring has a frequency being pumped out through it that could be seeked upon. So the survey teams, whether it's water line, waste lines, gas lines, there's oftentimes a tracer wire that goes with it, or lots of times in an electrical distribution system, it's just a frequency that they ride on the system. It's one of the problems of living in an industrialized area, is technically the entire electrical system is transmitting on a particular frequency so that the survey team can do locates.
I don't know what he's talking about.
So it's very popular.
It's very technical. So, but
no, I know, but I don't know if he knows what he's talking about. I'd want to hear.
Oh dear.
I don't know if he knows what he's talking about.
I don't think he's just stringing words together.
Okay. Well, you don't. Who is he? I don't even know who he is.
Well, we can research that, but I didn't.
What video is that? Is that a show you watch?
Yeah, I've watched it a couple times. Eric Hecker's. It's on the Brush Junkie YouTube.
Oh yeah, that girl.
Yeah, who also interviewed the arborist, the forensic arborist.
Right. So what's her thesis? Her thesis is what?
Well, she's exploring, I think, but in recent podcasts, she has backpedaled, I think, too much and tried to argue that some of the fires are due to natural plasma, solar flare, or whatever events. So I don't know where she's going. Maybe she gave us some good bait at the beginning, and now she's backtracking. But
all right, what is happening in Lahaina now?
That's what she would know. That's when she started because of that event. But apparently, people can't get their property back.
Yeah,
so it was a big clearance.
Yeah, urban land clear because. It says here, 3 years after the August 2023 wildfire, Lahaina's rebuild is real but still uneven. So nearly 600 homes have been rebuilt and occupied, with another 400 under construction. As of early August 2026, 82% are now on a path towards rebuilding. 25% of homes and roughly 6% of non-residential properties have actually been rebuilt. Okay. They're replacing 607 affordable housing units. So they are rebuilding it.
Yeah,
and they're going to rebuild a new Lahaina bypass. Makes sense.
Maybe they were just testing their equipment on that special day.
So they're going to rebuild some of the streets in a more Agenda 21 way, I would say. But there you go. Looks like they're rebuilding it. So, but I guess they got rid of some old shantytown areas, and I guess that was the easiest way to get them out, if you think the whole thing was engineered.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think.
But they are rebuilding it.
Yeah, I don't think there was any shantytown. It was well-to-do neighborhood, middle class.
Well, no, I think that some areas were really run down, though, in the area that got burned out. I think. I don't know. There was a lot of waterfront real estate that looked like they just needed to get people out of the way to redevelop it. Maybe this accelerated it.
Yeah, just a couple of days ago, they blew up in China, in some city. They blew up a bungalow that was stuck between some apartments. I guess the owner had resisted selling for many years. And
Okay.
really heavy explosives were used to destroy this place. Apparently, this is happening more often in China to remove people from land. Things just blow up.
So they're more obvious, more heavy-handed. But I've seen pictures, I don't know if they're real, of them building around a house, a freeway. And then they just can't get in their front door because there's the exit ramp there.
Oh, that's a terrible place to live. Yeah, that's.
Well, I'm not going to say that. China is just a little more coercive. But I don't know. I don't live there. I haven't been there. But I don't think it's a terrible place to live, though. Because anyway.
Have you read the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
No.
No, it starts exactly with this land appropriation issue, and they need to build a bypass. It's a cruel book, these people who write are famous books and just mocks the man who's trying to hang on to his house.
Yeah, I didn't mean all of Lahaina was a shanty town. I just thought maybe there was an area that was more run down that they wanted to rebuild. That's all. Sort of like the areas of London during World War II. They bombed out the areas that were in need of redevelopment.
Mm-hmm.
If you believe that the British bombed it themselves just to redo it.
Speaking of, land appropriation, Albania, June 4th, there were protests there. What were those protests about? Let's see.
Okay, we can look. You got a few minutes left, by the way. No caller inners tonight.
Okay. Well, we won't take that personally. We got
No, it's okay.
good listeners.
Yeah, we got a good crowd listening tonight. Thanks everyone for joining. Tomorrow will be Frank the Salt Guy. Did you listen to his refutations or his?
Oh gosh, no.
You did not. You listened to the Monday show. Okay, it's all in the archives. Anyone wants to go listen there? We have archives. They're all free. Everything is there.
There we go. Jared Kushner apparently wanted some of the land in Albania, Albanian land. Where are you?
A luxury resort.
Yeah. And this was on June 4th, these protests.
Okay.
And on June 5th, lo and behold, they had massive fires.
In that area.
Well, the same country. Oh no, there we go. Greece and Albania. Let me reshare. Am I sharing now? The fire? Good. There was a shortcut. Nice. So yeah, this is just the next day. Coincidence?
Well, is it going to help his resort? That's the question.
Well, we're talking. These are sadists. They don't really, they don't need the money.
Yeah, but he needs the land if he wants to build his resort. And people, what's in the way of his planned resort? I guess is the question.
Well, it's just that people don't want their land sold to an American, I guess, billionaire.
Okay.
It's a nationalist issue, I guess.
Okay.
Maybe it's also something else. Maybe it's the environment too. But in any case, highly suspect coincidence.
Well, we can look it up if we're really interested. It's not really too interesting to me, but I can ask. What is in the way of Kushner's resort in Albania? We can ask the bot. We'll ask Claude tonight. It's on the coast, and a lot of Agenda 21 doesn't want the coasts to be occupied or owned by any private.
No, they want us inland.
Well, yeah, so they think the coast is for
it's
the
for
public.
But people do, yes. Yeah. People want to enjoy the coasts. I'll be fine inland myself, but.
So they're just saying that the land was seized after the fall of communism in 1991 and had been farmed by Albanian families for generations. So they're really just trying to go back to maybe before communism. And they're complaining about threats to biodiversity, save the whales, save the birds.
Mm-hmm.
Biodiverse, okay. Okay. Well, that's pretty common in all countries, but I guess they don't like him, or
Yeah, they didn't just roll over and say, "Wow, we're too busy to care."
I wonder where it is in Albania, though. I don't even know Albania. I guess I could look it up and just see.
Just
It's just a coastal area that
just east of Italy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Nice place. Some people are moving there from the U.S.
Oh, I see. Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's Albania or Slovenia. One of those two has very easy, what's the word there? Visas.
Yeah.
Just,
A lot of countries that are collapsing make it easy for citizenship. Okay, there's Albania here. The capital looks like it's Tirani. Very close to Greece and North Macedonia, Montenegro. I'm guessing that this whole area here, Yugoslavia, was just to the north. Or maybe Albania was part of Yugoslavia. I don't know.
correct. Yes.
It was?
Yeah.
Okay.
They cut it into 3 countries: Slovenia, Albania, one other with a long name I can't pronounce easily.
They've got Albania, North Macedonia, Serbia, Montenegro, Bosnia and Herzegovina, but that was all part of Slovenia's at the top. So Yugoslavia were all these countries, I guess?
Not all of them, no, not the first 2 that you mentioned, or the first and the third.
Kosovo is sort of an area. That's southern Serbia.
Yeah. Beautiful place. So.
Okay. So this is the coast, and they don't want any development. That's okay. There's Corfu. Okay.
Just a last note. This is referring to my second last lecture. Was on the what's it called? Is it the Columbia River? What's the Hoover Dam? Have you seen the occult messaging going on there?
No.
You've heard about the occult messaging in the
Three Gorges Dam?
No, the airport in Utah. What's that city?
In Denver.
Yeah, you've heard about that.
Yes, that was back in the beginning.
Right. So the Hoover Dam rivals that for occult messaging, and some researchers have tried to decode it and understand that it's talking about a flood, and well, that doesn't make sense right now because it's drying up. The whole river is drying up, and the dam will stop producing as much electricity as it's supposed to. So what's that messaging about? And I made a strong argument. I think that it's really about the Three Gorges Dam, which is the other side of the world, almost the antipodes, not quite, but and it's the Three Gorges Dam is really the most dangerous dam in the world, since it has in excess of 100 million people living downstream.
Interesting.
So
I notice here you got a new email, prophetoffiction@proton.me.
Yeah, I've had that for a while. Yeah.
Interesting. So you have a video on the topic. We should watch that.
Yeah, anyone interested in dams and the people who might be damned. Yeah, I don't recommend anyone living downstream of a large dam, but we got over 100 million Chinese living downstream of the Three Gorges, and there are concerns about it. Apparently, when the plans went through, less than 70% of the engineers supported it.
Didn't have consensus, huh?
No, and there is a bit of evidence that it's straining under it's already been straining, and one aerial photo claims it's deforming already. That's hard to believe, but in any case,
is it? Well, Lake Mead that it's damming is dried up, is it not? Or
exactly, yeah. That's why the flood prophecy doesn't work for the Hoover Dam.
Well, you'd think if there's no water pushing against it, it'd be a good time to maintain it.
True, yeah.
Or fix it up.
If it needs, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, the Colorado River is at the Hoover Dam. Yeah, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, there are many links, and I'll put a link to this video so people can watch it, and links to your underneath in the description is your email address. It's also a PayPal address. Suzette Ann says she's grateful that you want US dollars, which is not any PayPal. You can use any dollars really, but you want US dollars in Mexico. Makes sense.
Yeah. And yeah, thanks for putting up the link to the book.
Yeah, well, it's also on this channel, all the links.
Great.
For the books. You put them up. All right. Well, sounds good. That people need to support independent media like Fakeologist and Prophet of Fiction. If you like this stuff, make sure you support it. Wallet of Satoshi, Bitcoin, up 10% in a week. Very big week. So if you gave $1 last week, it's worth $1.10 this week. That's the opposite of the US dollar, by the way. When Bitcoin goes up, the US dollar is usually going the other way, down. So, not financial advice, but make sure you diversify because not everything is equal. Gold, silver, Bitcoin, copper, whatever. Keep yourself in everything because the values go different ways. Let's just put it that way. So I did get a donation from somebody. I don't know who because Wallet of Satoshi is completely anonymous. There's absolutely no way to figure out who donated it. But I want to thank that person for sending 5,600 Satoshis, which works out to about $4 US. So thank you, Anonymous. If you want your name associated with that, you got to email me and let me know because I have no idea who you are. So if you, the only thing I could verify is if you sent me the transaction ID, and that way I would know it's you in the sense that you could say I sent this transaction. Here's the ID, and then I could verify that you, whoever you are, sent it. But there's no way of tracking who you are anyway, but it would just sort of correspond to that. So if you want to do that, or if you want to be anonymous, that's cool. Or you can use PayPal. Yes, Fakeologist is on PayPal. Look at that. You just asked the question, Jay Wynn, just as I was going to answer that. So here's my donation page. You can just punch in a credit card on donor box here. You can buy me a coffee, Ko-Fi, Satoshis. It's all there. Lightning Network, Satoshis, that's what they are. Bitcoin, Monero, PayPal, Patreon. Or you can mail me jam. Somebody mailed me jam. Can you believe that?
Actual jam.
Well, I was complaining that you can't find jam in Canada anymore.
Wow.
Why? Because jam is a word that is regulated in the food industry.
I think you mentioned, yeah.
Yeah.
Strange.
So if you don't put enough fruit in it, you have to call it something else.
Can musicians, yeah.
They call it spread.
All right.
Strawberry spread is what it is now. The word spread is not regulated. But jam is. So Vicky sent me some jam from England and some honey. And in the strawberry jam, there's a big chunk of strawberry in it. And I forgot about strawberries being in strawberry jam of that size. but that's what makes a gem. Pieces of fruit. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So thank you, Vicky. That cost her a fortune to send, by the way. Way more than PayPal. I think she paid $50 in postage.
Ouch.
Which I wouldn't recommend, but she did it. She's a great woman. So thank you, Vicky, from all of us here at the Fakeologist Network, which is just me. And Peter at fakeologist.com. I'm at fakeologist.com. Pete, thanks for bringing it tonight. Appreciate you showing up. And even though we may not agree,
My pleasure.
we can still talk. You're still interesting.
Yes, and we're my job isn't, and our job isn't just to argue with each other. It's to share different material with a greater audience.
And by the way, see this QR code at the top of the screen? Under donate?
Yeah.
Somebody just scanned it. I got a message from the software. Someone just scanned it. So that brings you to the donate page. So thank you, whoever scanned it. So you could just point your phone at the screen and it'll grab the QR code and it'll take you to the right page. So thank you for using. I love technology. So thank you for whoever did that. Also anonymous. So thank you so much.
And yes, I am on PayPal. Who asked?
Yeah, Pete's on PayPal. Go to the YouTube link, and he's got the link there.
Yeah.
All right, Frank's here tomorrow. Thanks everyone on YouTube and X and FakeOTube and the stream. We will